Task 8, finding your statistical summaries, your subgroups, and your histograms. So this project, or this task again, is going to use the spreadsheet from our responses. So we need to find the mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and IQR. We'll talk about how to do those, but if you need the directions, these are the directions here for finding the histogram. The directions for the mean, median, mode, and IQR, you could just type all of these into your calculator, but I will also show you how to get them in the spreadsheet itself. We also want to create the same kinds of results and be able to look at our data for just the subgroups that are identified. So if we go back into here, we're going to look at the total column. For me, that's column K. We need to find the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, the IQR, and then we're going to make a histogram to see which of those is going to be the best. So we need to find the mean. Another way of calling that is the average. So equals average, and then we just need to see what the average of column K is. And so that is our mean. Well, let's do it here so that I'm not adding to the same sheet. And maybe it would be better to say all data mean. Next, we need to find the median. And the mode. So the median equals MEDIAN, median, of, again, column K. And there's my median. My median value was 24 points. And then the mode equals mode, MODE. And again, just my total column. So the mode, the most common response was 24. We also need to find the standard deviation, STDEV, the standard deviation of all of my results. Looks like it's about 4.56. And that title is going to bleed over a little bit, but that's okay. So we can't find the IQR directly, but we can find Q1 and Q3 by typing equals quartile. Now we need to get the data first, and then comma, and then which quartile do you want to find? I'm trying to find quartile 1 here. So first quartile would be 22 equals quartile. Again, my total column, and then comma, quartile 3. So there's my two quartiles, so that means that my all data IQR is going to be Q3 minus Q1. You could either do that subtraction by hand, or you can say equals, and then click on your Q3, and then minus, click on your Q1, and then enter. So my IQR was 4.5. So the last part that we need for all of our data is a histogram. So to get the histogram, we're going to get the total score column first, and then click on Insert Chart. And the tool will do its best right now. This is kind of not a great chart. So instead of a column chart, let's get a histogram. And then we need to go back and look at what our score ranges were. So our score ranges here, 18 to 14 point, or sorry, 8 to 14.4, etc., etc. So the x-axis, we need to customize the histogram. So our bucket size, again, the score range, 14.4 minus 8 was 6.4. So the bucket size is going to be 6.4. for mine particularly. We also need to change the horizontal axis. Minimum value should be 8, and the maximum value should be 40, just to match my data. And now you can see that my histogram, 8 to 14.4, about 14.5 up to 20.8, etc., etc. And that should be just about everything that we need. Now, if we want to change some of the labels, chart axis and titles, the whole chart title. So this was homework opinions, all results. We can also change the horizontal axis, the x-axis, to total scores or something like that. And that should be all of the editing that we have to do. Now you probably also want to move this over here somewhere so that we have all of our results. Now, my population of interest was juniors and seniors, so I need to see what happens just with the juniors and then separately see what happens just with the seniors. So we are going to copy everything and create 2 new sheets. And maybe instead of quantitative conversions, we can call this all data results. Sheet 2 now is going to be junior results. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, so it didn't save my histogram. It looks like, oh, no, yes it did. Good. Okay, so again, we're copying everything. If you want to copy everything, that can help. Again, we're going to change our mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc. Also, I need to add a new sheet. So let's reload this page one more time. Here, let's pause here and get this working again. Junior results, we want to also add a page for senior results. So again, I'm going to go back to all of my data, copy it, and I'm going to start by dropping in everything into both pages. There we go. So let's look at the juniors first. So what grade are you in? So we're going to sort by A to Z. We're only going to keep the juniors. Everybody else, oh, that's actually a junior. Everybody else who either is a senior or answered before I remembered to change that is now deleted, and we have just a junior. And instead of all data, now we're just looking at juniors. And actually, if you want, you can then find just in this sheet all data and change that to junior data. And there we go. And then same thing as before with the histogram. We want to find our total column, insert a chart. There we go. It's now a histogram. That's looking good. We still need to customize it. Again, under histogram, our bucket size, mine was 6.4. Horizontal axis, minimum value was 8. My maximum value was 40. And we can change the titles. Instead of histogram of total, this was junior homework opinion. And then the horizontal axis was just the junior totals. And then we can go back and do the same thing for our seniors. Again, the more demographic questions you ask and the more subgroups you identify, the more of these results you're going to have. Again, one of the benefits to using the table is that you actually are able to sort the whole thing. Again, if I hit Command Z, you can see see this 2 right there. That's a good place to look at. When I sort the whole column, it moves all the data with all of those other responses. So now, if I just want my seniors, I need to delete my juniors, and I need to delete anybody who didn't get to respond. And then the rest of the process is the same. Again, the senior data has now been changed since we are looking at the whole columns and totals and things like that. Once again, we can insert a chart. Since I picked histogram a few times, it should be picking histograms now. Again, we need to customize it. Let's turn that title into, this is senior results or senior totals for the horizontal axis. The whole chart is senior homework opinions. The histogram itself, our bucket size was 6.4. And then our horizontal axis, my minimum value was 8, my maximum value was 40. And now we can start looking at whether our data is symmetric, skewed left, skewed right, or anything like that. So again, this particular task, we do need to share we need to turn in the link for the spreadsheet, not the document. So go ahead and copy the link here and turn that in on Canvas.